Hey, what's up, fellas? It's a little bit later. Show you the. I'll try to show. Poof, jeez, got me. The sun's already up. It's finished my push-ups. Got my sit-ups out of the way. I owe some leg lifts, some crunches, and some up downs. You would be surprised how hard it is for a lot of guys that don't practice regularly getting up off the ground. Um, there's very good way. There's many good ways you can get yourself up off the ground, uh, but that's not the reason for this video. This video is to help you get started, and I've already gone over the 3 phases of life, but I'm going to touch briefly on some of the macro issues that you face as a young man or as a man as a whole. That if you don't address them, you can end up wasting a lot of your time, energy, and efforts. Let me go and let me put you on pause for a second. All right, I'm back. Why I left was you can't just show up on my front door and expect. There's too many ways for you to let me know in advance that you're on your way here, or that you're coming here, or that you would like to come here, and we'll just leave it at that. All right. So macro wise, you have to determine a few things before you can head off on your path. And what do you want your life to look like when you retire is one of the questions I always tell people to ask themselves. And then what year, what age do you want to retire at? Those are good starting points, and then we're going to plan backwards from there. So I picked age 50, and after picking age 50, then I just rearward plan backwards, or rearward plan backwards how to get to where I wanted to retire, and I ended up being fully retired at age 46. A lot of the opportunities that I took were simply because I became focused on my plan, and that is a big key. You can give some of your time away to other people's projects. That's why we're not down with OPP, other people's projects. We're on our own mission, and how we decide that is by the phases of our life. 0 to 23 is your dreamer phase. That's your dare to be great, do whatever you want. Your career phase is possibly, I would say for me, your career phase is the most important part of your life. The most valuable thing you have in your life is time and health. Time and health. And if you squander either of those, your retirement phase of your life will not be a good way to go. All right, so we have to decide after about age, while you're 23, you should start figuring out whether or not you're going to be a pro athlete, or if you're going to make it to the NFL, the NBA, NHL, or whatever else you want to drive cars, fish, whatever you want to do, archery, whatever. That's your dare to be great phase. After that, you have to have a career, and you must know the difference between a career and a job. A career, after you put in your time, do your due diligence, do your work, show up on time, get promoted, work it within the system. There's a benefit package at the end of that. There's a retirement. There's medical benefits. There is a exchange of benefits for your time, energy, and effort that will pay off in your future. Medical care is important. It can absolutely destroy your life if you don't budget around it. On top of that, staying out of the medical system is a huge victory for you, and that has to do with exercising and eating whole foods. It's not, almost cussed. It's not rocket science. So We have decided that we're no longer in our dreamer phase and we're going to start our career phase. You need to think and give heavy consideration to the trades. That includes truck driving, that includes concrete, electrician, plumbers. God, I gotta love those guys. Anything that makes things work. Our grid, our power grid, our roads, our infrastructure, all of those things. We need, and we're building all kinds of stuff. It's called the Triangle. I believe it's Houston, Austin, and there's one other city that's called the Triangle down here in Texas, and their places are booming. Austin's almost a new Silicon Valley. Anyways, all that to say this. Once you have decided on a plan for your life to get to where you want to retire, to get to where you can retire, then you need to grind on your plan. And if somebody else's vision or guide or business fits into your plan, that's fine. I also highly encourage you to consider starting your own business, being your own boss, building that business up, selling it off, and then doing that over again. That's a very good way to get rich and maintain your wealth. The other thing is we have to become financially literate as men. You need to understand how credit works. You need to understand why your FICO score is so important and why you should jealously guard it and protect it. You need to understand why 10% of your money is yours to keep for the rest of your life and how we're going to leverage that money. We talk about that every Friday on the Drip Stock Review. Now, we don't ever invest in anything we don't understand, use, or that people need. What are bare necessities that people have to have? You have to have water. You have to have food. You need electricity. You need fuel to get where you're going. You can't drive from here to, you wouldn't want to ride from here to New York, El Paso, Texas to New York on a bicycle, a pedaling bicycle. Could you do it? Yeah, of course you could do it. You could walk if you wanted to, but it'd be nicer to drive. So, and the companies, there's no reason to invest in a company that doesn't produce anything. And I want you to stay out of multi-level marketing. They're pyramid scams. Only people that get paid in them, where they're talking about generational wealth. There's no, I'm going to say this again, there are no get-rich-quick schemes. All right? I tried the Bitcoin and all the rest of that stuff. That's just not my area of expertise, and I'm on the fence still about gold and silver. I thought it was a great idea that they had dollar bills or money that was backed by gold, but I can't seem to find any of it anywhere, and it seems to be out on the fringes of society. I can go in to any financial institution with my stock portfolio, our stock portfolio, and leverage a loan. That day or within 3 days, I'll have the amount of money I need. And that's why the 10% we save. And we put it to work. All of that funnels into getting where you want to go. I hope this makes sense. I do not want to belabor the subject, and I want to make one more point. This morning I was supposed to go to a master's class, which is a nice way of saying all us old guys get together and practice jiu-jitsu. There are some people out there, hopefully you can't hear that. Yeah, by God, it's great. Yeah. Anyways, some of you should not be coaches. If you cannot personally conduct yourself, if you can't keep yourself emotionally stable, you don't need to be out there coaching. I didn't finish practice. I was there and I was parking my car, and there was one of the assistant professors out there. That's what we use in jiu-jitsu. We don't call them master or anything like that, but we call them professors. And this guy was out there, and it was over a parking space. A student had inadvertently parked in a public parking lot, and this guy thought that that was his particular space and that the student had to move his car. And the kid was like, "What are you talking about, Professor? What are you talking about?" And he was just screaming and yelling. I went over there and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he was like, "I was talking about it. Just some of you, if you can't control your emotions, if you can't control yourself, um, you shouldn't be trying to tell other people how to live their lives or anything like that." Oh, by the way, last thing for me is it's 99 days sober. I'm very excited about that. Last day of April. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you take care of yourselves. I just left. I don't need this bullshit. I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not going to tell on him. Uh, but you can't. You can't be around people teaching people if you can't control yourself, because sometimes you could get carried away and hurt somebody, and that's not what any of us are there to do. We're there to learn and practice. So um, I can tell you, I'll never roll with that guy. I'll avoid him, but and at my age, they kind of they leave me alone. If I don't want to roll with you, I'll just tell them, no, I'm not rolling with you. I'll pick out an older guy like me, and we'll just practice on what we want to practice. Anyways, I got off the point. Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you take care of yourselves. Like a Ford and a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.